What if I told you that society benefits from you and I being desperate, broke, and angry? This is how society operates. The more desperate you are as a person in this world, the easier you are to control. The more angry you are in this world, the easier you are to control. The broker you are in this world, the easier you are to control. So the society we live in today, it's heading in that direction. Quite frankly, it's heading in that direction. And it really worries me. And what really inspired me to make this video was just what I've been observing since the beginning of this year. Companies are the job market. I'll put it that way. The job market. The job market in 2025 is the biggest inspiration for this video. Companies are treating applicants like crap. You could spend 1 hour modifying your CV for a job, and that job doesn't even exist. Yeah, yes, right? You could spend you could spend 2 hours trying to prepare yourself for an interview that was scheduled, and the company doesn't even show up for that interview. And after you've done about 4 to 5 interviews for a job that's usually entry level, the company wants to offer you a very low salary. Do you see how the world we live in wants you and I broke, desperate, and angry? The politicians benefit from us being broke, desperate, and angry. Businesses benefit, maybe not broke, but they benefit when you're desperate because they can pay you shitty wages and make more money. It's a weird system that we are living in today, man. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the answer is because I myself, I'm just a guy existing in this system. And I'm just trying to share my thoughts and see who else is out there who has the same thinking. Because I don't understand why the world we live in today is so stressful when it doesn't have to be. Why is the world so stressful when it doesn't have to be? There's so much money. Guys, the amount of money in this world, you would be amazed. There's so much money in this world. Why are there so many people struggling? There's so much wealth in this world, but it's concentrated in the hands of a few. The wealth of this world, I'm not talking about the wealth in one country, the wealth of this world is concentrated in the hands of a select few, the political elites, the business elites, and everybody else just struggling. It's weird, man. And my worry is that it's not getting any better. And it's so unfair because this world, we were told as average people who were, lower middle class, middle class, that, all you have to do is work hard. Now, I personally have nothing against working hard. I believe in hard work. I work hard too. But I just realized that no matter how hard you work, there will always be people or a group of people that, because of their last name, because of the family they are born into, they will always have first choice. They will always have access to making 10 to 1,000 times whatever you and I are making. And it bothers me. Am I jealous? Yes, I'm jealous. Because it's not fair. Especially for us that we were told that life, if you do X, you're going to get Y in life. And then you see how the rich are getting stupendously wealthy and the poor are getting really up. The wealth divide between the rich and the poor is ever growing. Broke, desperate, and angry. Don't even get me started on the politics. That is a different beast altogether. And it always bothers me when I see poor people fighting for politicians. That is something that I myself have never understood. How poor people globally are defending politicians. Those politicians that you think are on your side, they are not on your side. They are elites. They're safe. They are safe. They want you angry. A lot of these politicians, they want you angry. They benefit from you being angry. They benefit from you and I being angry. They benefit from you and I looking at the other person with suspicion. There's a picture I'm going to try and find and put somewhere. Let me try and find that picture. This is the picture I was referring to. This picture summarizes perfectly what I'm talking about. How politicians manipulate people. Now, this is not your, it's not about what your beliefs are on immigration. I get both sides. But I just want to emphasize the symbolism of this image. This is what politicians do. This is what keeps them in power. Politicians stay in power because of their ability to keep the people fighting each other. If I can convince two people that these people are their enemies and that I'm their savior, I'm safe. So angry. And when a man is angry and broke and desperate, he becomes the perfect tool. So what incentives do you think a politician has to fight for the average man to not be broke, to not be angry, and to not be desperate? No. Their job is to keep you there so that they can stay in power. And I don't understand why poor people are so hell-bent on defending a politician that doesn't even understand your livelihood. They don't. Most of these politicians, they are elitists. They grow up in privileged situations. They went to the best universities that you and I didn't go to. They hang out with the same people they tell us to hate. This politician here, this guy, who do you think this politician is going to invite these two guys to his child's wedding? No, he's not. But he's going to keep them fighting each other so that they're too focused, not focused on him. Look at the background. He has all the cookies. He gave one cookie to this other guy and told him to protect it from the other guy. They're fighting over crumbs. This is the world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. So when I tell you guys the world benefits from you and I being broke, desperate, and angry, it is intentional. It is by design. Because by keeping us broke, desperate, and angry, we're easy to control. When you are desperate to feel good about yourself, you have low self-esteem, I can sell you 1,001 products that you don't even need. I can sell you makeup. I can sell you a brand new car. I can sell you a brand new house. I can hook you on more debt. Not because you need it, but because I've convinced you that if you have a new car, you will be cooler. If you have this new makeup, you are going to be, you're going to be much more beautiful, etc. It's the world we live in. It's the world we live in. So what's the solution? I guess the solution at the end of the day is just for people to be aware of it and stop being zombies. You have to think. A lot of people need to activate their thinking skills, their critical thinking skills, and ask questions. Who benefits from me being angry? Who benefits from me being desperate? Who benefits from me being miserable? That's the question you always got to ask yourself. Who benefits? Because trust me, somebody is benefiting and profiting from you being desperate, angry, and broke. Somebody, one way or the other, directly or indirectly, somebody, somewhere is definitely benefiting. Thank you for listening.